it's unfair, the treatment that a lot of these female athletes get. And I'm gonna just be real, like, we all know that if we don't have the button pushers behind the people that's cutting the checks behind
it's not gonna move.
Women's sports, it's not gonna move. We can be out here marching and women empowerment all we want to, but at the end of the day, if you're not sitting in that office cutting checks, making big decisions, it's not gonna move.
I'm gonna keep it a brick. Don't nobody want to watch that shit.
Oh my God. I think the reason that was so funny was because finally somebody told the truth. Yo, what women's sport, any of them, pick one, outside of maybe golf where they have a bunch of sponsorships. And I don't even know guys that watch golf. Name me one woman's sport, maybe tennis when Serena and Venus was dominating, or maybe even tennis now. A woman's sport in general versus all of the different sports from men: hockey, baseball, football, basketball, you name it, it is there. What woman's sport is really compelling enough for a person to watch a full season of it? Ain't nobody trying to watch that. Let me see if it's some more of this for us to be able to mine through.
What?
Just women athletes. Like I'm not speaking on me in general because I'm an athlete. So of course I watch the WNBA, I watch tennis, but as a general rule of thumb, people don't want to sit and watch women play sports because it's just.
I was about to say tennis.
I mean, because again,
yeah.
there's sports that women can thrive in, right? And it'll look almost similar to how it does when men play.
Yeah.
Like tennis is one of those sports where Serena dominates the tennis court. Like Coco Gauff, they dominate the tennis court.
Yeah.
And then you go look at a sport like basketball and you see how men portray basketball.
Yeah.
They're dunking, they're 360 in, you feel me? And then the women's game, they throw an alley-oop and the girl comes out of nowhere, catches it, great pass, and then she lays it up. It's like, well,
No, and then she misses it. And then she misses it. That's what really happens, bro.
Yeah.
But it's unrealistic expectations. I think that's also something that has to be reprogrammed. Is we are biologically completely different, so you can't expect.
Which is why I feel like in women's basketball, they need to lower the rim. If they lower the rim to 8.5, 9 feet for women, and now you got because athletic women, the most athletic woman in the WNBA is hard pressed to dunk. Like not saying she can't. But it doesn't look as fluid. Like if you drop that goal from 10 foot to 9 foot,
you see alleys all.
Come on now, I can see. I'm already.
And shorten their shorts to where it's actually like a different type of short, and you remove the jersey and make it something different. Like, listen, man, the WNBA is and will forever, in my opinion, be a losing tax write-off problem for the itself. And I also believe that it is a part of the woke culture that forced people to embrace something that they really didn't want to embrace. And they keep talking about how women need to make as much money as men, and they don't, because there is no parity in sports between the different leagues. You don't see baseball players making as much as hockey players, but hockey, to an extent, especially here in Detroit where we had Hockey Town and the Red Wings were incredibly successful for a long period of time, baseball players make an extraordinary amount of money, way more than hockey players. Basketball players make more than football players, even though football is a lot more popular of a sport. There is no parity. It's based off of the interest, the fans, the contracts, the sponsorships, the return on investment, and then ultimately people wanting to embrace, loving, watching, buying the jerseys, going to the games, seeing it and embrace, like all of that, bro. And nobody cares, in my opinion, and nobody will ever really care about a WNBA. The most famous thing that I've seen happen at a WNBA game was one of these content creators actually got threw out of one because he bought multiple different seats and he went to sleep in the front row of the game. And everybody got pissed at it, which I thought that it was hilarious, and I think that that person is now banned from going to WNBA games. As a matter of fact, I think that they're banned from doing that and going to um, regular NBA games. I want to go to a WNBA game just to troll. I want to buy the whole front row for like $78 and then go from there. And again, I don't know why people keep trying to force feed. And then instead of them just being appreciative of even being able to play at the expense of the NBA and they losing money every single year that they in existence in the first place, they want to then have a conversation about parity when it comes to pay and equal. And you can't have both. In entertainment, you get what you kill. It's not based off of whether or not you feel like you deserve it. You deserve what it is that you negotiate based off of the numbers that you get. And the numbers are absolutely abysmal. Abysmal.
See how it's
That's
gonna
true.
go. Them
Yeah.
girls, them Brianna Stewarts, them
Yeah.
girls that's like that, that's right there on dunking. They might can dunk sometimes, 3 out of 7 dunks, it goes in.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
drop the goal a whole foot, now they 2-hand, 360, it get crazy then. But
Yeah.
because you guys can't do the things that men can do on the basketball floor, I'm just speaking strictly in terms of basketball. On the basketball floor, just change it. Lower the goal down. Give the girls 9 fouls instead of 5. Let them
Yeah.
go out. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
you gotta change the game because that's why the viewership is low. If you change the
agree.
rules so that the game looks like strictly off aesthetics, if it looks like how it does for men,
Yeah.
then the viewership will go up. If you look at the playoffs for the WNBA now, like, people are watching now. They're tuned in now.
100%, yeah.
And it's still not the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not. Like, the Aces done won. How many times they done won? They done won 2-3 times in a row.
Right.
Like,
And I can't name one. And I am a basketball fan, fanatic. I am a front row court sitter for a team that has been losing for a long time, even though we haven't lost for the entirety of the existence of the franchise. We've had our good years. We had the '04 Pistons and that whole entire run with Chauncey, Rip Tayshaun, Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, all of those type of guys. And then you had the Junkyard Dog era, even when he was in the league with Grant Hill and them, even though they didn't win anything. And then you go all the way back to the 89, 90 Pistons where they won. And even back then, right, when you're talking about the Pistons in different eras, they also had the Detroit Shock, which was a championship team back when owner Bill Davison owned them, and then they got him up out of there because it just wasn't interesting. And I never went to a WNBA game, even when they were here, and they were a winning franchise. But let me see if you got anything else to say.
you watch what they're doing now, just imagine how much better Asia Wilson numbers would be if the goal was 8.5, 9 foot.
Yeah,
and now she get the back down, turn and dunk. And now it's like, oh shit.
That's real,
like,
though. Yeah, I agree with that.
it would just be a completely different, strictly from like a visual aspect, you would get more people to watch because it.
Nah, I think they need to just completely abolish the sport and stop subsidizing the league to try to make it seem like it's something that we really want. I can't see it. I genuinely can't see it. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why anybody would want to be assaulted by looking at such a thing because it's stupid. It's dumb. It's stupid. It doesn't make sense to me, and I don't understand why people continue to push something that's not profitable. If it was something that people wanted to watch, then people would support it and they would watch it. And because people are not watching it, it shows you that it's not something that people want. All right, it's very simple. I think that it is a losing league, and I think that sometimes we have to take into consideration that, listen, the same way that men can't do certain things and it be just as popular is the same way that women can't do certain things that men do and it just be as popular. It's just not. It's not a double standard. It's just reality. We two different creatures with two different types of interests. And when women don't even support and watch all sport because they genuinely not interested, but they rather go to a Beyonce concert at the theater for the Renaissance concert, then you know something is wrong out here in these streets. I'm interested in hearing what you guys got to say. Let me know what you think inside of the comments. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace.